Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first sprint of our Darker Shades of Magic Readathon. We are all really, really excited because we are rereading the entire first trilogy to prepare for Fragile Threads of Power. And if you don't know, hi, I'm Jessie. This is my channel, The Bookish Mom, and I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. We'll start with Kristen and go around.
Hi, I'm Kristen. My YouTube channel is Merrily Kristen, and I'm so excited to be rereading this with everyone.
I'm Elle. I am also really excited to be rereading this. I just restarted it last night, and I'm so excited because I feel like it's even better than what I thought of it the first time. So I'm very excited to be reading it more.
You didn't already finish it? You started it last night and didn't finish it?
I know. I know. I was like, I don't want to finish it before the sprint. I'd feel kind of goofy if I was like, so I read it last night.
Right.
I'm Roger. My channel is Rogers Reads, and I also started it last night.
Mm.
And I'm enjoying it so far. Lila's a little bit more annoying than I remember her being, but
I feel like most people feel like she's pretty annoying the first time. She has a
I don't
weird.
remember her being as bad. But I mainly remember her from book 2 when there's like the competition element. I don't really remember this like because I just read the whatever it is like part 3 where she's first introduced, and she's like very abrasive when you first meet her, shall we say?
I haven't gotten to her yet.
She has an interesting impression within the, I guess you could call it fandom, where I feel like people kind of love to hate her, but they love her at the same time. You know? Because they're like, she's kind of cool, but she's also like, I wouldn't want to be her friend.
It sounds about right. She's cool, but I don't know if I'd want to be her friend.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
that's how I feel about Yennefer, where I'm like, oh, I love her. I'm like, she would be so mean to me though.
Right.
I feel like a lot of the best characters, like you wouldn't actually want to know.
Not at all.
Glockta from First Law.
Start pulling out
like,
your
don't
teeth.
look at my don't look at my teeth.
Oh God. Yeah, no. But they're so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I finally know what people are talking about with Glockta because I finished that trilogy I think last week.
Oh wow! Did you like
I
it?
still need to start it.
For the most part, I'm not a super character-driven reader, so there was a lot of parts where I was kind of boring and wondering what was going on. But
yeah, that's pretty fair. The second one's my favorite. I just really like because the first one you don't see the characters interact with each other that much, and the second one they do a lot more. Except for Glockta, he's always off doing his own thing. And then the third one, there's some character interactions. What?
I just recently tried reading it, and I ended up DNFing the first book.
I almost DNF'd the Blade itself the first time I read it. I was like, man, this is like boring. I don't know what's going on. I don't care about any of these people. And then I just sort of pushed through, and at some point, something made me laugh. And then I was like, okay, well, that was pretty funny. And then I kept going, and then I liked it way more. By the end, I liked the first one, and then I obviously kept going.
That's good because I still haven't picked it up. Like I have it, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna either love this or absolutely hate it. And I'm leaning towards I just don't know if it's for me.
I am a very character-driven reader, so I thought I was going to love it. And I really loved Glockta, but I did not care about the knight guy. And
Giselle.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Kristen,
Logan, I thought his perspective was like kind of interesting, but not enough to like keep me going.
Your initial thoughts were so similar to mine because I'm like, ugh, this Giselle guy is the worst. And I just hated him. And then there's a part where it's very clear that Abercrombie is aware how unlikable Giselle is, and he really leans into it. I'm like, oh, good, he knows. And then I'm like, oh, we're all in on it. Like, there's a part where Giselle is just looking at himself in the mirror and like admiring how beautiful he is. Hi, Tori.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. Sorry.
Hey.
Maybe I'll give it another shot.
And he definitely has the biggest arc. He's probably the most different by the end than he is at the beginning versus the other characters.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
We were just talking about First Law, even though this is magic.
Right?
You
always got to talk
well,
about
Elle brought up Glockta, and then I just finished the trilogy like last week. I was like,
nice.
oh, I finally know what people are talking about with Glockta. because I read the damn trilogy.
I finally read it.
I still need to finish that trilogy, but I really
I'm just
love
over here out the loop.
There's always best served cold because it's
Mhm.
you can read that one without knowing anything really from. There's a couple of things that pop up that you're like, hey, I know who that is. But
You can actually read that one first.
yeah, and it's there's much more of a plot than there is in First Law, I'd say. First Law has a
Okay.
plot in hindsight,
Yeah.
but not really as you're reading it.
Mhm.
Because none of the characters are really motivated to do anything.
Mhm.
It's like everybody else is doing things around them and they're just kind of caught in the middle of it all.
Ah. Interesting.
That's my take anyway.
That's our take on this book that
That's
we
accurate.
may or may not be reading.
But
But
bringing it
now,
back, this one has an interesting plot right away.
right?
Yeah.
And your copy is super pretty.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
shit, the
have
bougie one.
Edition? What was
I
that?
have like all the copies of them.
I think that was the Illumicrate special edition.
Oh,
Yes,
let me say,
indeed.
oh, cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Are you buying
have
the
a-
new ones?
I like refuse on principle.
Because the covers are hideous.
No,
I
because
don't like the
they're
new US covers.
that is one of the reasons. I'm not saying no because I don't like them, but also they're not even in hardcover. And the new Threads of Power is going to be hardcover. I'm like, why? If you're going to make the covers match in style, why would you not put them out in hardcover?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
But at
I
least the
ordered
UK ones will match.
Waterstones one.
Oh yeah.
The UK ones are nice.
It's like the most similar to the original covers, so
Mm.
it's like I want to keep them all looking kind of similar.
I'll definitely get the US hardback of Threads of Power. I'll probably get the UK one because I have the UK editions and I really like the series. But Owlcrate has a pretty cool one, actually.
Oh, I
haven't
actually
seen
ordered that one
theirs.
too. I forgot.
I ordered the Forbidden Planet one
Oh, that one's really nice
Oh.
because I couldn't
it-
decide what I wanted.
too.
Does it look like what does it look like?
I honestly don't remember.
I think
Because
was
I ordered
pretty
it, like,
similar
right
to the
away.
Waterstones
I'm
one.
like, I think I looked
They
at
look
all
similar.
of them and it was similar, but I liked it a little better than Waterstones.
I think maybe the spray
hold on, I
pages
gotta
are a
see
little
it.
different.
Does Waterstones have sprayed edges?
Yes.
I think so.
I might have to get on this then.
Oh, the Forbidden Planet one looks nice. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, and their price points are decent.
Mhm.
I like that.
I'm not I found the cover, but I'm trying to find the edges because on their website it's just showing the front. Let me try a different link. Okay, yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, that one's
Yeah, it's
cool.
like red.
I like that one. Now I need to compare it to Waterstone.
Just buy them all.
Right.
And that's what we want to do, but
Yeah, at least the UK ones match,
Mhm.
right.
and
It
they have a
looks
similar
better
font.
together.
And there's me over here. I haven't pre-ordered anything. I'll just go to Barnes & Noble on release day and be my psycho self and look through the entire stack to find the one that's the most pristine and then get that one.
Love it. That's a good
Love
way to
it.
go.
Yeah.
I don't get out of the
What
house
is it?
enough.
What's
That
like
just
go-
is
Planet?
That's
If I don't order things, I don't get them. It's between karate and swim and cross country and like all the crap I have to take the kids to. I'm like, where can I go to actually do something?
Which is hard because I try to not order special editions of things before I know if I like the book. But then you get screwed because then you're in the aftermarket and then everybody's like 15 times the price. So then if you don't jump on it, it's a continuous like argument with myself.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I feel like the market has gotten pretty oversaturated for special editions too. So even if you're willing to like take a shot, there's so many different options that like you just don't know which one to get.
And it's always odd because certain books always get a bunch of editions and the other ones don't. Because The Sun and the Void has a bunch of editions,
Hmm.
a bunch of special editions.
Right? And it's like, how do we decide who gets what?
Yeah.
I just want some Jemison editions. Like,
I mean, the Sun on the Void was because it was Daphne Press, right? So they did an edition
yeah.
and that's the press that's owned by Illumicrate, and
owns-
then I'm sure Illumicrate is friends with other book boxes.
that
one makes sense. I still don't understand Fourth Wing and where it came from and how it's ending up everywhere, but
I also still don't understand Fourth Wing, but
I finally read that since our last chat.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
I did, yeah. I felt very like in the middle about it. I think like so many people said it was like the best book ever, and so many people said it was the worst book ever that I didn't really know what to expect. So there were things I liked about it, and there were things I didn't like about it. But I didn't think it was 1 star, but I also definitely didn't think it was 5 star.
That seems
It's one of
to
those
be-
books that I think I'm like, I mean, it's entertaining. Sean's here. He's going to join the sprint. It's entertaining,
yeah.
but I'm like, I don't really think it's good.
There was
You
like,
know?
I mean, I could recognize like a lot of the dialogue and stuff was super cringy, but it really did remind me of like a book that I would have loved in my teens. So I could like recognize that it wasn't good, but it was entertaining.
That makes sense. I still haven't actually read it. I pre-ordered the like first edition, whatever, as soon as I saw it, just because I thought it was pretty. I'm like, oh, it's cool. It's dragons. I like dragons. I had no idea what this book was about. I just happened to see it like on the Barnes and Noble website, and I was like, cool, I'll order that. I had a gift card. And then the hype happened, and then my brakes went out in my car.
Oh no.
And I needed brakes on my car. So I sold my first edition.
Oh my God.
And
I mean, it's selling for a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I'm going to love this. Like, I flipped through it and I was like, I'll read it on ebook. Car needs brakes.
the most insane one was, well, it was like the Probably Smut edition or something that was going for like $1,200. And it was just like a recover. And I was like, how? Okay. People.
Absolutely not.
There are so many small shops now that are doing like officially licensed dust jackets and just versions. It's like I can't even count how many there are.
I think Lilac Library or something like that is doing one. It's actually really cool. I like it quite a bit.
Yeah.
If only you liked the book quite a bit.
I know. That's like I'm tempted to send my books, some of my books, into like the sellers on Etsy that do custom sprayed edges. Because I have just discovered that. My friend told me about it. I'm like, what? That's a thing? I need to do this.
Yeah, I've seen some that they do with Priory, and they're stunning. And Day of Hollow Night, I was like, what? They're really crazy.
The books that Elle will never finish.
I was just editing a video where I talk about DNFs, and I'm like, I actually DNF'd it again. I didn't want to. I just, like, had other things to read. I will get through it one day. I like it. I don't dislike it.
It's long.
Yeah, it's long, but it's more just that it's not number one priority. And like, I'll get things in from the library, or I need to read something for a read along, and then it kind of gets pushed to the side, and then something else comes in from the library, or 3 things come in from the library, and I'm like, oh, dang it. So,
Right? It's like
I mean, it's long, but
to
it's not as long as it looks. Because the bottom margins are huge, and the pages are super thick. It's like they intentionally made it chunky for that beautiful cover art.
I do like the cover art.
Because it doesn't need to be as chunky. It's not as chunky as it looks. I'm not saying it's short by any means, but it looks probably 25 to 30% longer than it is.
Oh,
yeah.
It looks as big as Oathbringer.
100 pages or something.
Yeah.
It's just really. Oh, baby.
Such a busy body this evening. She's still like, she's 7 months. And is huge. And she has just been not cooperating with me tonight at all. So, hi, you want to get down?
Aw.
Luna.
We always love when the animals make appearances. It's fine.
Thank you.
Luna's currently licking her paw.
Is she in her corner?
Aww.
Her usual corner for when you film?
Yeah, pretty much. In front of the door.
Just hanging out. All right. Did we want to sprint, or did we want to? Yeah.
That sounds great. Sean is not reading Shades of Magic.
Oh.
Even though
what are you reading though?
I'm reading Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon.
There's a Martin Scorsese movie, or however you say his last name, coming out about that. So
That actually
excited
sounds
to watch
really
it.
interesting.
It's very interesting. I like it.
It's sad. I mean, it's basically like the United States loves oil more than it loves Native Americans. That's pretty much the setup.
So it's, yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's detailing that.
And at some point, J. Edgar Hoover is going to enter the scene, so that's
Oh.
really exciting.
Oh, cool.
Roger, you're in your car.
Yeah, I have to go get my passenger princess.
Yeah.
It's off work at 5.
Ah,
That's amazing.
But that's because I was at work and I was like, well, I could do this from my desk. Then that's weird because I just have all the lab stuff in the background, which is arguably more exciting, I guess. But all the random solutions and stuff.
That sounds very cool.
Right? We'd all be like, what's back there?
Next time.
I'm also going to be reading Ship of Magic because
Figured it out.
I'm listening to Shades of Magic, and I don't just want to be like staring straight ahead while I'm
Right.
listening. So
You can
What's
immersion
funny-
read. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
that's true.
I'm actually trying to finish Sleight of Shadows because I'm like really close to finishing it. And I had forgotten everything that happened in An Unkindness of Magicians because I read it forever ago. And I'm like, wait, there's a sequel? So I'm still
That's
lost.
nice.
And I'm almost done with it.
I didn't even realize that had a sequel.
It took me by surprise. I happened to see, I was like, what? Okay, I have to read it now. I don't know if I'm loving it or not.
That's fun though.
It
I'll
is
be
fun.
reading Shades.
Yeah,
That is the
I'll
assignment.
be listening to it on audiobook while I go pick up Alex.
that's amazing.
And then for anybody that joins later, I will probably be leaving before the sprint is officially over to join a different thing going on.
Always
So
busy.
popular.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All right.
oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yay!
Hello. That was like perfect timing. I came.
I know, right?
Break like at 10 seconds.
I came right to a chapter break. I'm like, all right, we're gonna leave it there. So, how is what you're reading? Because I want to read that, the Hob.
Yeah, it's really good. I was kind of iffy on the first book in the Farseer trilogy. I wasn't like super into it, but then I was obsessed with the second one and the third one. And I've been wanting to read Live Ship Traders. So I had like put up a poll the other day on Instagram about what to read, and that won. So I was like, all right, we're in for a big book. And it's been so good, like from page one.
Nice. That's the one I'm more interested in reading. Like, I want to read the others like in order, but I'm like, I want to get to that one first. Oh, you're muted.
I realized that too. I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, I see it. I'm like, is it me?
I just realized I'm muted. No, so I read Assassin's Apprentice, and I thought it was okay. So I'm just gonna like try to push through the rest of the Farseer trilogy because I do eventually want to get to Live Ship Traders. That's what I'm excited about. So
that's exactly how I felt. The first one, I was like, that was fine. Like it wasn't great, but it wasn't like horrible. And then the second one was so good that I literally had to read the third one right after.
Oh no way!
Like,
Okay, that's good to know. Actually,
yeah, it is, because I'm like, oh, is that what I want to get to next? There's so many.
I know. I feel like every time I look at my bookshelves, I'm like, how do I have so many books that I haven't read?
Yeah. Every time, and then anytime someone comes over and they're like, have you read all of these? Absolutely not. That's their immediate first question. Like, if they're not a reader, you've read all of these? Absolutely.
No.
Less than half. Less than a quarter. Like,
exactly.
It's like, but I like all of them. I want to read all of them. Will I?
Maybe.
It's a good problem to have.
Right?
It is. I spent some time like reorganizing my shelves earlier today. And I just feel like that's like the constant cycle of things. It's just making space for new things. And
I just did like a big unhaul because I moved into this office from my old one. And I'm already like, I kind of need to reorganize it because I'm already like, okay, I need more space.
Yep.
More space.
I'm like, where can I put more shelves?
I know my husband is like, no more bookshelves. This is the last bookshelf. Like, okay,
same.
You can always put one more somewhere.
I know.
Right? I'm like, we can find room.
Yeah, we can find room.
We ended up like with extras in my daughter's room. So I put like a lot of the middle grade books in there to clear out room in here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I was like, perfect. Like, you're 10, you're reading these now. So like, I'll put these in your room.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm also going to read them. So like, so they're not just yours.
Yep. That's great.
Your shelves look lovely behind you.
I know. Your shelves are so pretty.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm always rearranging and doing all kind of stuff back here. So
I see one of my favorite series ever.
Oh, which one?
Greenbone Saga.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
All-time favorite. So good.
I still need to read that. I've been reading a lot more like self-published lately. I know. I have it. I have the first one and I still haven't read it.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm destroy you. It's self-published, but I need you to go back to.
I know. It's like this whole year I've been like, all right, I'm going to read a lot of the self-published books I have, but then it's like, but I also want to read other things. Good. So I've like always got my Kindle with me, like, so I'm running to here and there and all around Hell's Acres. It feels like every day.
It's such a good series. I hope. Well, yeah, I hope you love it when you do finally get to it.
I think I will. It seems very me, very up my alley.
Yeah,
it's just like so brilliant. I just read the Jade Setter of Janloon, the short story.
Oh yeah, I haven't read that. How was it?
It was pretty good, and I'm really looking forward to the short stories, like the 4 short stories, Jade Shards.
Okay. Oh wow. I wasn't even aware of those. Now the Jade Setter of Jan Loon, is that supposed to be like before the Greenbone Saga, or it takes place during the series or something? And it's just kind of a
So
one-off story.
it's a prequel, and it follows basically like a jeweler, somebody that like crafts the jade into the pieces that everyone wears.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And there's like, no, I wouldn't even spoil anything. It was
Okay.
really good.
I'm gonna read it. It is on my TBR, but I'm like,
It's short too. I read it in like an afternoon. It's only like 139
oh, okay.
pages or something.
Yeah.
But I was saving Jade Shards because those are 4 prequel stories about characters from the series. So I'm like, I'm probably just gonna cry.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'll be me.
That's how it always goes. I'm a big crier when I read anyway.
Me too.
Oh, that's so funny. And you know what? I'm usually not, but there are just some series that just really hit. So
Mhm.
I was a mess at the end of Jade.
Me too.
That makes me
I was
more
like,
excited.
oh my god. I was like hysterical sobbing. And my husband was like looking at me from across the room, like horrified. And he was like, I really want to comfort you, but I also like feel like I can't interrupt because something really good must be happening.
Oh, it's so good. And I remember like the book came out, at the end of the year. So I remember kind of reading it around like the holiday season. And I'm just like sitting there around Christmas, like sobbing. I'm like, this is supposed to be the happiest time of the year. It's misery. But yeah, it's a great series.
Right?
Cat Call
Happy
family.
Christmas reads.
Yeah.
My husband does the same thing too, though, where it's like I'm just like sitting there and he's like, "Are you okay? Is it the book? Are you okay?" I'm like, this is
Yeah.
like that was me reading the 5th season after like a single page.
That's so funny.
And he's like, "Are you all right?"
Oh my god.
No. That book ripped my heart out, though.
Oh, that's another great one.
Right. I think it's because my son was really young at the time.
Okay.
I want to say he was like 3 when I read it. And he
Yeah.
was literally like in bed with me as I started reading this book, my 3-year-old son. I'm like,
yeah.
this is. Hold on. What's happening in the very first page? The prologue? Like, what is going on?
That's hard. Yeah.
But I was like, all right, we can handle it. We can. And then I'm glad that I did because it was so good. Do we want to do one more 30 or do we want to do shorter?
I'm fine with either.
I would, if we can do a little shorter, or I might just, sneak out a little early. I'm an East Coaster and I have to wake up really early for work.
No, let's do one shorter.
I'm also an East Coaster, so I feel you. But I put my husband on put the kids to bed and bath duty right now. So
so you may want to take advantage.
So I'm taking it, just a little though, not too much, because you don't want to push it too far. Because we've been home all day because the kids were home for the past 2 days because of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, school is open tomorrow. You're going back. All right. How does 20 sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. And I am actually diving into Darker Shades of Magic now that I got to a good point in my other book.
Nice.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this is off to a solid start so far. So
yeah.
So good. I listened to the first 2 chapters on audio before we started while I was making dinner, and it was just as good. It was better than I remembered, honestly.
I'm excited.
Nice.
It's been a while since I've read it.
Me too. I haven't read the first one since I think I read an arc of it actually before it was published. So it's been like years.
Okay, wow. So this would be
awesome.
your first time doing a full reread of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, we're gonna go for 20. We ready, guys?
Ready.
We're back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Okay, yeah, I forgot how much I did enjoy this, even at the very beginning. I was like,
good.
oh.
Good.
So it's
Yeah.
great about a reread.
Mhm.
We've got people in the comments.
Oh.
Oh. Well, happy early birthday.
Oh, that's awesome. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, reading Mistborn.
Oh, I love Mistborn.
Is this a first read or a reread? Because it's great either way.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Victoria. Thanks for joining.
Yes. Ooh,
Good.
you're in
choice.
for a treat.
Well, this is my first time too, so I'm right there with you.
I
Oh,
forgot
I
that you hadn't
realized.
read it.
Yeah,
Oh,
So-
that's fun.
it's really fun so far. I like Kel already. He has some little one-liners in here that are already. I'm like, all right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I love him. Oh, it's first read of Mistborn.
Oh,
Ah,
exciting.
Ooh.
and for a treat.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to convince my boss at work to read Mistborn. He's rereading The Wheel of Time.
Oh,
And we
wow.
were literally, it's just like a random meeting. And he's like, yeah, I'm reading this book. He's like, you may have heard of it. I'm like, really? Really? He's like, yeah, I don't really. He's always like giving me hell. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like some guy finished it. I don't know. Some other author. And I'm like, sir.
Just some guy.
Just some guy. Come on now.
Just some guy.
I was like, I'm going to make you a PowerPoint because that is what works apparently. All the reasons you need to read.
That's amazing. It's good. I'm almost done with the Well of Ascension, and so
Ooh.
far.
Oh, that's my favorite in the series, which seems to be an unpopular opinion.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I love
like
it.
Will of Ascension.
It's good. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a little slower than book one, which I really appreciate, and more political. So I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, the politics is why I loved it.
Yeah.
Right. As well, especially after the end of the first book, you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, hold on.
Like, wait, what just happened? Like, I definitely need, like, I was like, I need more, but I don't want more, but now I need more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then reading the rest of the Cosmere.
That's a big task.
It's
I-
a lot.
I think I know I'm gonna finish the first era Mistborn like in a couple of months or so with Hero of Ages. And I think I am gonna try to squeeze in the first book in Stormlight before the end of 2023.
So good. I just made my husband read that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite series.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I wish I could get my husband to read. He's just
But
like,
it's not even my husband is a gamer, so
Nice.
tough. But we commute into the city for work, so he committed a little bit to reading, and now he's reading Words of Radiance now. So he
I
did
love
he
that.
enjoyed it enough to
That's
go
so
right
nice.
into book two.
Yeah.
oh, I love that. Mine's a gamer too. Like he'll play games and watch anime, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I don't think it's that far of a leap.
No.
Yeah. Gotta go for it.
Like, just try it. I've been trying to get him to read Kings of the Wild because I'm like, that's the one I know
Yeah.
you will like because of the music references.
Mhm.
I'm like,
My
you're gonna
husband
love
likes
it.
that one because of the D&D references.
Yes.
Funny.
That's also one of my other favorites. Is that
The third book in that series, there's suddenly a release date on Goodreads.
Oh wow.
is
So
there
I'm like,
really?
Fingers crossed that this is true, but it says July 4th, 2024.
Oh.
It just
I need
showed
that.
up like the other day. I know because I check it pretty often.
Often, yes.
Every morning.
Because isn't book 3
My
supposed to
daily
be like
routine.
90s inspired with its music?
Mhm. Yeah, I think so.
I'm here for it.
Me too.
Because the best way to read those books is to listen to them with Nicholas Eames' playlist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it has all the like music inspirations and it goes along with it.
Hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is perfection.
Agreed.
Well, this has been fun. We just with my tiny people. They are finally in bed.
Oh, good.
I would like to say, right? We're probably going to watch more One Piece because we've been trying to get through all of it, which I said I would never watch, but I'm now 500 episodes in.
Wow. That is a commitment.
That is a massive leap from I will never watch this series, and you're like, okay, I'm just like in deep now.
I'm in deep. And I was like, I'm not going to watch it. Like, it's too long. And my husband started watching it. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like sitting in bed on my laptop while he's watching it. And then I get into like, I'm like sucked into it.
Yeah, that's how it's
I just got the first volume of the manga recently. I thought maybe I would start there.
There's so many.
Yeah,
I know.
That's one series I've said too. I was like, I can't get into One Piece.
I didn't think I would.
Well, yeah, I'm basically where you were. Give me until like maybe mid next year. I'll be like, I finished One Piece and I'm so
right. I've been doing because my daughter started getting into like manga and anime too. So we've been reading like the My Hero Academia volumes together.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm like, hey, if it gets her to read, she's reading.
No. What else do you like to read?
She's been reading the Pinch of Magic series too.
Okay, familiar with that.
I don't think I've
like
heard of that.
Like middle grade. And then I'm trying to get her to read Amari.
I loved it. Read that. It was so good.
It's so cute.
Oh, it was so good. I was just I can't even say I was pleasantly surprised by it because I had a feeling I would enjoy it, but I think I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. Amari, she is just such an incredible character.
I love it. So I have those, and she reads a lot of graphic novels.
Okay. Oh, very cool. Oh.
So we've been doing a lot of those. Like I buy the graphic novels of whatever they're reading in school.
Okay.
I'll try to buy the graphic novel versions because she's dyslexic. So she retains the information better.
Yeah, yeah.
With the graphic novels, and her teachers are like, that's awesome. Go for it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. There you go.
Her grades will reflect it, I promise.
Oh, that's awesome.
We hope.
Fingers crossed. No, they will. Has she read Nimona?
No, but I need to get that one.
That's really good.
I just got that too. I watched the Netflix adaptation and I loved it. I'm so excited to read it now.
Nice. I need to watch the Netflix version, but yeah, the graphic novel is really good. I hope you like it.
I hope so. I mean, I think I will because I loved the adaptation.
Yeah.
I imagine it's hopefully similar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks so good. So I'm sure I'm like,
it does. Yeah, the Netflix version looks really good. It's just been in my queue. I'm like, oh, I'll get to it eventually.
Right?
Like everything else.
I know, right? Yeah. I like everything. Well, it's like with having the kids, I'm like, okay, now I'm reading more middle grade because I'm trying to do it with them. Like my son's he's like 6, so he's still a little younger, but he's been reading like the Dog Man books.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I don't care. It gets you to read.
That's really cool. I love to have little readers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they can't avoid it. I'm like, when you have them in the house, just when you see it,
it's just natural. Yeah.
It's just, oh, okay. It's the thing. Ooh, I haven't heard of the Lightfall ones.
Me neither.
Cool. Ooh.
Secret Garden, yes. We haven't read Anne of Green Gables yet, but I want to get those. She just finished reading A Land Remembered, which might only be a Florida thing that they read in school, but it's about like Florida's founding, like through the ages, like this one like family. So I bought the graphic novel version, not knowing that apparently for schools, they break it up into 2 books. Oh, so they only read the first book, but she read the entire graphic novel. So she's in class being like, and this happened, and this person died. And they're like, even the teacher was like, wait, what? Teacher's like, I haven't gotten to that yet. That's not in this book.
Like, I was actually enjoying this before that spoiler.
Right. I will pick it up.
Yeah, I have to look it up. I've never heard of it.
Lightfall.
Like, this is how we end up with 1 million books on our TBR. So it's like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it looks
It
cute.
does look cute.
Does.
Because we've read all the Wings of Fire graphic novels too. Those are cute for that age range.
Oh, this looks really cute.
Right?
Yeah, I like the art.
Yeah, it's adorable. We're adding that to the
Adding that to the
list.
TBR.
Right? You're never too old for middle grade.
No, never.
And this is why I have too many books on my shelves and have to stack them because they don't all fit.
Yeah.
It's become an issue. Every time I open up like booktube or book talk, it's just a mess.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Yep.
I'm like, everybody just stop it.
I know, right?
Men do things.
I just want to read what I have, but then I find myself
And then the
collecting more.
worst is like if there's already a book that's been on my TBR, like a series I've been wanting to get into, and then I just hear one person like, "This is amazing." I'm like, now I gotta bump it up. Like,
Yeah.
Right? Got to get to it now. Although that's been nice with my reading a lot of self-pub is a lot of stuff like I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Until I'm just like, I'm just gonna see what I can find.
Oh, that's awesome. What are you reading right now? The self pub.
I just finished and I did a review for it for Seeds of War.
Oh, okay. Let me check it out.
So good. It might actually be a favorite of the year already. Like it
wow.
is so good. And he just released a like a short story, a novella that is set before that, and then he's working on the sequel.
Oh wow, okay.
Gonna look that one up now too.
Right.
Yeah. I just was
Right.
talking
I'm like
about-
all
this is
of
a problem.
I know. I'm like, it's a problem. But then I'm like, I need to hype the self-pub authors, like the small.
Oh, yeah.
They need the love.
We need the love for sure. Oh,
But
nice.
Seeds of War was really, really good. And it had my favorite thing to see, which is like a middle-aged 30-something-year-old mom as a main character. And I'm like, sold. That's all you have to tell me. Right?
I really love that. It wasn't until it's not something I think about too often, but when I read Amina Al-Sarafi earlier this year, I was like, why don't we have more of this? I was like, this was so good.
I need to read that. I picked up a copy. I'm like, I need to get to it.
It is.
Me too.
I think that might be I think it might end up somewhere on like my best books of the year. It was so good.
Oh, nice.
Like, I'm still thinking about it. I'm just
It's in the same. Is it in the same world as Daevabad?
Well, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
To an extent, yeah.
So if someone hasn't finished Daevabad, should you do that before you read Amina? Will it spoil anything?
No, it won't spoil anything. There's a
Okay.
cute little Easter egg, though, I'll say. But they're totally separate.
Okay. So it's like a little.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely planning on reading Amina before finishing the other series.
Oh, yeah, you can totally do that. And I've only read the first book in the Daevabad trilogy. I've only read City of Brass, which was excellent, but I still need to
Me
finish
too.
the trilogy, but
The
I
rest of it
probably
gets
have to
so good.
reread it before I keep going because it's been a while.
oh yeah.
I read the whole thing. I loved them, all three.
It's great. I mean, I'm sure I'll love the rest of the trilogy because book one was just so excellent. But
Right?
Mhm.
yeah, I think she might become an autobiography author for me. Like after City of Brass and Amina, I was just like, yes.
Right? I love finding that. All the new. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially when it's like female authors and they're writing like outside of the norm. I'm like, I want this.
Yeah.
Because I know like one of mine is like Sarah Beth Durst, which she has like a bajillion different books in like every age
Yeah.
range.
I've seen you talk about her before. I think it was what was it, Race Upon the Sand or Race Across the
Race
Sand?
the Sands is
Race the Sand, yeah.
and she has a lot of standalones, like fantasy standalones.
Yeah.
Good,
cool.
like okay, it's a whole contained story.
Which we also
She writes lots of moms.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably because she is one, so that kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But her middle grade is adorable too.
Oh, I didn't know she wrote any middle grade.
She's a bunch of middle grade. She has one with like I forget what it's called, Even and Odd, and there's like a unicorn and he poops cupcakes. Like And it's adorable.
I didn't know what you were about to say, but it was not that.
Yup. Race the Sands is fantastic.
Yeah. That's on my TBR.
And we don't get enough good standalones in fantasy.
No.
No, not at all.
And we need
I feel like we're getting there, but we definitely need more.
We are. We're getting there, and then we're getting more duologies where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
Yes,
2 books.
We've been talking about that for years, that just everything does not need to be a trilogy. We're all duologies, and I feel like now we're starting to see that.
Right?
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be 17 books.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 will get the job done, I promise. Like
They don't all need to be massive trilogies with, like, they can be self-contained and good.
Yeah.
We love that. As we're reading Darker Shades of Magic, which has a continuation and like so hyped for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're good with all of it. We just like good books.
Yeah.
Yep. Have you read
Okay.
any of the Darker Shade of Magic graphic novels? I haven't
I read
any
the
of them.
first one. And I did like it. It's been a while, but I remember really liking the first graphic novel.
I wanna
Like the
check
art
it
was
out.
really cool
Like-
and the story was really cool because it's the like set way before
Mhm.
Darker Shades. And it was cool seeing that like little bit of backstory.
Oh, that is cool. Is there one for each of the books, or
It's
They're
I
coming
forget
together.
how many graphic novels she's done for it, but
There's
it's
a couple.
oh wow.
it's following the dad when
Oh.
he was young, the
Mhm.
king of Red London,
Yeah.
back
That is fun.
before it was cool. I didn't know what to expect getting into it. I was like, oh, I'll read it. All right, guys. Well, it has been fun.
Yeah, this
I know
was
Kristen has to work early.
Yeah.
Us
And
East
I'm
Coasters.
also an old lady, so I need to
I'm
go
right
to
there with
early.
But
and it's like it's getting cold here now too, so I'm just like I'm just gonna get my evening started and just pretend we're deep into fall. And
Yes.
I'm kind of jealous of that, not gonna lie.
yeah.
What does cold feel like?
Well, you say you're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What does not humid feel like? We were just talking about doing a work trip because they do like trips for like once or twice a year. And I'm like, can we just go somewhere? I know everyone wants to come to Florida because it's Florida. Can we go somewhere cold
Oh yeah.
for our winter trip, please? Like, I know everyone's like, let's go to the beach. I'm like, no, I'm gonna
No.
go where there's snow.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to go
love that.
skiing
Oh yeah, that was awesome actually.
and
Well,
not break my leg, but you know.
I'll try to send you some cold weather
Yeah.
your way.
I'm just glad that the hurricane was mild this time.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay,
Still got power. Kids go back to school tomorrow.
good.
They can keep them.
Jesse.
They've been home for 2 days. They are at my throat.
Oh my God.
I'm like, how do y'all eat so much? You don't eat this much during the day at school. You don't need a snack every 2 minutes.
Oh my
I'm
God.
bored. I'm hungry. I'm like, same.
Oh
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun.
yeah, this has been great.
Thank you for hosting.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes. I'm sure we will be doing more reading sprints as we continue on with the Darker Shades
Yeah.
Yep.
and get into Fragile Threads of Power as soon as it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.